Okay, this is my second lab, DAX and Power BI, and for Comp 3024. And this is today I'm supposed to select a data set of my choice, create two measures, and add in two existing tables, create two charts displaying your newly created measures, sum, average, etc. So I'm going to choose the data set, one that I already have, create the Power BI background, create the measure, present the relevant charts, modify the filters, and display it in a video. So I am going with my coffee chain data set, that data, because I already have it, and it is really hard to find financial data. So working with Power BI, I've created the interactive dashboard, created the chart with the relevant data. As you can see here, I've got sales based on the product line, beans, leaves. Here I have overall profit based on the state of, based on the state. So when looking at this, I wanted to forecast some sales based on these two charts that I had created. So I chose to show forecasted sales by leaves per year based on this sales interactive component, and I wanted to see forecasted data for leaves only because I bypassed the target sales. So I thought that'd be a really good forecast to see is how leaves are going to look in the future for sales. And then I also chose to show forecasted data for New Mexico um, based on profit. So profit for New Mexico, and the reason I chose New Mexico is because it actually is very low in profit. So I wanted to see what the forecasted sales for it would be moving forward. And just moving on. I understand the assignment was to use measures. However, I was unable to get the group by and the filter to work together using a measure. So this here you can see are all my chances, tries to get that to go. So essentially I chose what I was trying to forecast and then tried to put that into a measure, and it really wasn't working for me. So I did a lot of research and I kind of went down a rabbit hole. And in the end, I ended up creating new tables with the relevant data, but by still using DAX. And I kind of spent hours just trying to get this to work. So um, this is the process that I took. I wanted to group by to get my leaves and beans sales per year. So here you can see the sum of my sales for 2012, 2013, 2014. And I was getting them to group and sum together based on leaves or beans for each year. And I did the same thing when it came to state. I wanted to get the profit based on the state for each year. So I had to use the group by function, and this is what I came up with. But in the end, I didn't realize what it was actually going to do. Like I thought I could throw this into a measure, but it didn't happen. It actually replaced my table. So it replaced the coffee tea table. So I had to re-import my data and start all over again. And then as I was going through, I decided that I would actually import the data ahead of time and then run my query, my DAX query, to create the table and get it to work. So, so this is what I ended up with in the end after doing so. Um, I ended up with a couple more tables, but here's my actual dashboard in the end. And I'll just kind of show you my dashboard here. And here you can see that I've created my product line by sum, and this is based on it and the date. Oops, that date was chosen before in the forecast. And again, this also, or sorry, it was the opposite. It was this one here, was date and sum of sales. But I had to use the filter because again, I still couldn't get group by and filter to work. So I had to filter this to just be leaves in here. It was really definitely down a rabbit hole, but what I was actually trying to forecast, I got to work. So, um, for my conclusion, I'm just going to say caution of rabbit holes. I believe this project could have been a whole lot easier if I just made the measures based on the data I had, but I was stubborn and wanted to get the data set out in my mind, which may have cost me some marks. And that's about it. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm just going to hand this in.